Well, you're never ready for your last home game of the season, but I want to thank God for a great experience this year with these guys. Credit Houston with answering our run in the second half. It shows you why they won the league. Juwan making key free throws down the stretch, and then 13 for 16 the second half. But really proud of our guys. I thought we really competed. First time we played them, we had 4 offensive rebounds. First game after Josh. Tonight we had 17. So that's a lot better. First time they had 17 assists. I believe 7 turnovers. Tonight they had 7 and 9. First time we had 15 turnovers. Tonight we had 9. So we did a lot of things good enough to win. Unfortunately, we didn't make enough shots. LJ's obviously one of the best shooters in the country, but I look forward to one of our guys going 6 for 9 because we got a couple guys capable of that. I thought when we got that lead, we had a couple good looks, but we need to get some timely offensive rebounds and putbacks to stymie their run, and they did a good job getting the ball inside to hurt us a little bit.
Scott, you did have some good looks, but what is it about Houston's defense that makes it so hard to score against?
I think it starts with their size and length. I mean, you got a couple 7'4", 7'6" wingspans. Juwan's got a big wingspan. I believe in one of the analytic things. The year that we were our best rated defense, we had 3 guys nominated for the Naismith Defender of the Year, Davion, Mark, and Jared Butler, all in the top 15, and that's kind of similar with Houston this year. A lot of guys that have been in the system, know the system, talented, have improved, but that's kind of the key. It starts with talent, second, knowing what you want and being able to operate it. And when you get both of that, you're pretty good.
Coach, obviously all these teams are familiar with each other going into the conference tournament, but I'm just wondering if you're telling your guys if this is like a hard reset. Everybody is 0-0 coming into tournament season.
I think we did a hard reset 4 games ago, and really just tried to finish. And we've defensively we held them to 44%, and that's not as good as the last 2 games, but we're trending in the right direction defensively. We've gotten better there. We've gotten better rebounding. Offensively, the one thing you can't ever do is you can't control shot making. What you can't control is the right shots. And we'll go back, film, stat check how many were right shots. Again, you can't simulate length either. And length on closeouts is different. And 7'6" on the length closeout is different than a 6-foot guy.
Scott, it seems like this team's kind of really starved for one of those big time wins. What needs to change in that department? Is it as simple as just making shots, or what did you tell them after this one? Because obviously a tough way to go out here at Fox.
Yeah, I think first of all, the margin of error is thin with this team, and that's just because our depth and where we're at. And we're playing a great league. You're playing great teams. But at the end of the day, we always talk about controlling what you can control. And we took care of the ball, and we rebounded. Defensively, obviously, we lost LJ a couple times. A couple things we could clean up, but we did that better. Now the question is, if we had wide open shots, then you got to make them. And 17 offensive rebounds is good. We only had 9 second chance points, though. So normally you get 17, and you're scoring, say, 10 of them. That's 20 points. You credit them for size, length, when you get a rebound, making it hard to put back.
With a little over a minute to go, Jalen hits a big 3. Y'all get a stop. You're within 2. VJ's coming down. Kind of an open court, play where he misses. I mean, I assume you'll take that shot all day from him.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those that again, we always say assume a miss, so you got to come up with it. But you're pretty happy with it. And the one thing I would say though is, I mean, beating Kansas at home, that's a good win. Beating St. John's, 6th ranked team, that's a good win. So, I mean, I think we've had some quality wins, but you'd like more, and I would too.
Langston, was this it felt like this game was there for the taking. Did it just come down to like y'all not making quite enough shots?
I feel like it just came down to just a couple things we got to clean up. But our team's progressing well, and I'm happy with the progress that our team has been making. Playing against a team like that, they're a top 3 team in the country. Just to be in that position with them, knowing that gives us a lot of confidence, knowing that we can play with anybody. So, I'm just happy for the guys and just happy for the staff and just all the progress we've been making, putting in hard work through these practices leading up to these games.
Norchad, Coach Sampson praised your toughness and said we couldn't keep him off the offensive glass. I mean, what was just your mindset coming into this game?
I mean, when we went in today to Houston and play, they kind of punked us on the offensive glass. And, I couldn't make that happen again. I'm proud of everybody, just like how Langston say. I know we're making progress late in the season, but, I'm happy where we're at right now. So, just give God thanks, winning and losses.
Norchad, just kind of right back here at the end of the game, last game at the Foster. What has this time at Baylor meant to you, and just as you guys go to the postseason, what does this team mean to you?
I mean, we're not done yet. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go the way and say we're not done yet. I love my brothers. I know they're gonna go out fighting, like how I say. Like, we're making progress late in the season, and I feel good where we're at. Playing at Baylor just means so much to me. Like, the coaches, the way they welcome me. I just been here 1 year, but I feel like I've been here for so much more. My brothers, the time we spent together, I'm just happy for everything. Keep moving forward from here.
Just backing that what he said, a lot of teams have played their best basketball this year. And, it feel like we've been in an uphill battle, so we haven't even reached our best basketball. So it's just a great time to do it.
Langston, I am curious about, the conference tournament coming up, and y'all have a few days off, and now it kind of resets and, one elimination, round. I'm just wondering how you reset and try to get ready for tournament play and how much different that is than the regular season. We just do the same things, We take every game the same way, prepare for every game the same way. We have a couple extra days, so, that's even better for us. We got a couple guys banged up, so we're just going to try to recover, just watch the film, see where we can learn, and then go from there.
Norchad, VJ steps up with 23 points and towards the end of the game scored 9 of the last 16. What has his maturity and growth been like, especially to be playing like that against a number 3 ranked Houston team?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I know what he got to give every night, so I'm not surprised. We in March, I'm happy he's playing that way. I'm feeling good, like how I tell you. Like, we still haven't played the best. I don't think he played his best game today, and he had 23, so, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Langston, you might be one of the few, or maybe the only guy that played with LJ. Did y'all lose him some in defense, and what did y'all do to maybe get better on the defensive end in the second half to limit him?
Just playing with LJ, I know he's a great player, great shooter. So, when he got a couple easy looks at the start of the game. So, for a shooter, that's money, So once you hit those, then a lot more shots will start falling. The one off the dribble he had, I think he hit one off a flare screen or something. Those are tough shots. And, the fact that he hit those early ones, it just hurt us down the stretch.
Last question, Bryce.
Langston, you've been doing it for a few games now, but, there's a lot of times on the court where you're basically a forward, now with this lineup. What's it like guarding some of those bigger guys that you've had to guard, and are you getting more and more comfortable with that?
It's nothing new. We going against the best big, one of the best bigger guards in the country, in Norchad, Omier, every day in practice. So, just playing against him, he prepares us well. I don't think I've met a guy stronger than Norchad. So, being able to hold your own against him, these guys out here, it's just nothing new.
Kelvin, you've won in some tough places this year, but to go 10-0 on the road this season, what does that mean for, the bigger picture and what you guys have accomplished this year?
Unbelievable. And you're not supposed to do that. And you got to have a little luck along the way. We were down 1 at Central Florida, and J1, we executed, what did we run there, triple? Triple. We executed triple perfectly, but our kids had prepared for that moment. Kansas, the guys just smiled on us, but we were just never stopped. This team, you go on the road, you're never going to look good. It's like teams that come to our gym, but there's a winning DNA that this program has had for a long time that all the new players have to buy into, and it can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You gotta really surrender to this crazy culture that we have. We're a good team. I don't think by any stretch of imagination are we a great team. We're a good team. But very rarely, we defend, we rebound, and we take care of the ball. We're really good in those areas. We had 9 turnovers, and one guy had 5 of them. He's also the one that when did we start that 150? Last year? Or this year? This year? Yeah. No, after the Duke game last year. I put our grad assistants in charge of about 6 guys. They have to shoot 150 free throws every day. I don't care when it is, but they have to make 150. You got to earn the right to be good. J1 has earned the right to make those 2 free throws. I saw how happy Scott was that he got fouled, but Scott didn't know about those 150 free throws. Now, would I prefer LJ we got the ball to LJ, and they went over there and tackled Juan. But good for Juan. Good for him. That's a good thing for a young man to accomplish that. Good for him. He stepped there and made 2 big free throws because he's been there in those moments against Alabama, against Duke, against Auburn, against Alabama at Alabama, when maybe if you make the 1-and-1, we win. But he's learned. I thought he was the toughest guy on the floor tonight. Him and Norchad, Omier, that dude's a machine. We're a really good rebounding team. He almost had more offensive rebounds by himself. He's just special. And Edgecombe is the best pro prospect that we've played against this year. And we played Auburn and Alabama, those teams. Everybody in this league, Edgecombe's the best pro prospect we've seen. He's going to be maybe in the last couple of years. He's really good. Proud of my team. Proud of these 2 young men here. They're tough. They're winners, and they're great leaders. We're good. We're good because of their leadership.
Kelvin, what changed for you guys offensively in the second half, and did you see some things there that you thought you could tweak?
Yeah, they were. I can't tell you what I said at halftime, but getting the ball to the rim. We weren't going to win with the threes that LJ was making. Challenged. Emmanuel had some. When you're not making shots, you got to get to the foul line, man. Drive it. Emmanuel can get fouled. How many free throws he shoot tonight? What was he from the free throw line?
4 for 5.
4 for 5. Yeah, he got to the line 5 times. We don't have a lot of highs and lows. We're pretty steady. When we get down, I don't know that that's, crowds get loud. We've seen a lot of loud crowds, whether it's at BYU last year, at Kansas, at Arizona, West Virginia, Baylor. They're all loud. But they don't impact how we defend. I thought our defense the second half was the biggest difference. We guarded them. We made some boneheaded mistakes. Malik went in there and made a boneheaded mistake. I don't know what he was doing. I'll find out later. But Celestine hit that three. Should have never got it off. We got to figure that one out. But our defense was good. We held them to 30%. Second half, 33% for the game. Our shot selection was really good the second half. We made it a point to play through J1, but our guards are quick. They got on top of him really fast, and he turned the ball over uncharacteristically. J1's a good passer, but we run our stuff. Once we get the ball in front of us the second half, we can manipulate how we want to play and who we want to play through. And and I've always said that if you listen to the game, it'll tell you what to do. So our kids did a great job executing the second half.
Do we have questions for the student athletes, please? Questions for the student athletes?
LJ, the Baylor fans gave you a pretty vocal reaction, but it didn't seem to faze you. Did you use that as motivation?
I already expected it to be like that because last year, felt like last year was worse, honestly. This year wasn't so bad to me, but of course, when I hear things, I feel like little stuff like that can get me even more locked in. So, thank you, I guess.
Juan, the success you guys have had on the road, it takes a certain kind of team, certain mentality, but can you kind of tell us what that means to be able to go to these places and keep winning?
I would say the main thing is having trust in each other and having trust in the coaching staff for whatever they, have for us, the game plan, preparation. We trust it, and I think it's our job to go out there and execute. And I feel like us believing in ourselves and, just knowing that we can win, it kind of gives us an extra push to go out there and win. And we know, on the road, every game is going to be hard. But, just sticking together and traveling with our culture and just trusting the process, I think it got us to 10-0, and I think we're really proud of ourselves for that.
Juwan, do you feel differently at the free throw line in those situations now after all that work, and how have you sort of seen that pay off?
I feel way more confident. I try not to think about making or missing. I just try to follow through my routine that I do every day, and I feel like if I continue and do my routine, miss and make, I just got to live with the results. But don't try to brainwash myself to try to make the shot. Just try to work on my routine. Process. And process. There you go. But going to the free throw line, I'm definitely confident in myself now. I have no worries. I try to blank out everything and just focus on me.
Slow down, Larry Bird.
Coach, LJ, Juwan, back to you.